Hello, welcome to Video Games and Chill, episode 7. I can't believe we've made it this far. Can you?
I mean, we almost didn't after what happened yesterday. Bloody hell.
Bloody Nora.
I know. I'll never look at goats the same way again.
I've been too hungover to record a couple of times recently, haven't I?
Oh, is that what happened? I wasn't actually alluding to anything legitimately having happened. I was just making a joke. But you had to go and make it all serious again.
Oh, I know. I'm the straight man, Dan. I've got to make it all serious.
Indeed.
But yeah, very professional of me. But we're here now, which is all that matters.
Yep.
How's your bank holiday been?
Honestly, rather relaxing. It's allowed me to.
Oh, Dan, we've lost you.
Oh,
We lost you.
no!
Right, you're back.
Ah!
How's your bank holiday been?
Yeah, relaxing. Given me the energy that I need for the next 3 or 4 weeks before I have a week off, which is good.
I think I'm exactly the same. I was feeling a little bit of burnout, and it's amazing how much just an extra day does, isn't it?
But it's the fact that it gives you the opportunity to sleep from whatever time in the evening to whatever time in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
I was up at normal time Saturday and Sunday, and then last night I went to bed about 10 o'clock, completely all the way through until 10:30 this morning.
Oh
I
my
was
God.
just, yeah. But,
Is that caffeinated? Is that to keep you awake after your 12.5 hour sleep?
Just to clarify, I wasn't asleep the whole way through there. I had to get up at some point in the middle of the night to make sure that, I cleared away the cat poop.
Always important.
But no, it's 0 sugar and 0 everything pretty much. Apart from flavour, because it's Max. Hashtag not sponsored. So how's your week been? Because I think it's only been a week since the last time we recorded.
Has it? I thought it was 2 weeks.
I can't remember. I know it was 3 weeks before, which is why I thought it was a week this time.
No, I think it's been 2 weeks again. I think we're back onto our normal schedule.
No, we're onto the schedule, but we're a week delayed.
It's true.
But who cares?
Not I. So Dan, let's get into it. What have you been playing this week, these 2 weeks?
Fuck all.
I feel you.
Yeah, we both realised in the pre-show that we do on our own and don't stream. That yeah, we've probably not been playing as much as we should have done. Control came out on Steam on Thursday, I think, maybe Friday. So I've been playing a bit of Control, which, if you haven't played it, I got sort of like 10 minutes into the game, and I just turned around in game, and I was just sort of like, that's not how physics works. And then remembered once again, like I did with Horizon Zero Dawn, why I added it to my list of games that, okay, fair enough, I've watched somebody play all the way through Control. Not the DLC, so I'll have that fresh. But it's just one of those games which has just got a world which I'm just completely engrossed in. The design, the visuals is all spectacular. The way when you change areas and go into a new area, the name of the area you're in just pops up in big old text in front of your face. The entire UI and just the way the game feels is just absolutely spectacular.
I'm just watching some gameplay now. Is it almost like a contextual UI? Because there's no like heads-up display or anything.
Yes. There isn't a traditional hub, but I don't know. All I know is that it works. I can't answer that question. I'm only about 4.5 hours in. Most of that is just pure story and just introducing you to the world. And despite the fact that I watched somebody play all the way through it, I still have no idea what the hell is going on in this world.
But
Although I have been, because I've been wearing my headphones rather than watching it through a TV or through a YouTube stream. Um, there's an awful. The audio design is absolutely spectacular. Like you're up against an enemy called the Hiss, and I didn't know why they were called that originally when I was watching somebody play through it, but playing through it myself with my headphones, yeah, it's. There are times where I've taken my headphones off, thinking that somebody's trying to talk to me. Nope, it's just the game going weird, and I absolutely love it.
Cool. So what you say the first like 4.5 hours are mainly like kind of story based stuff. What sort of things have you been doing then? Like
running to places, fixing shit, shooting shit.
But is it like, would you say it's quite a slow paced start, or
It is, yeah. It's an incredibly slow paced start. You don't get the main sort of power, for lack of a better term, until probably about 3 hours in. And then you get that, and it's like, oh, okay, this is fun.
So what is the main power? What? Because I don't really know anything about the game other than it's a bit mind bending.
It's a bit mind bending. Yeah, it's totally mind bending. There's the main power is telekinesis, essentially. You have a gun, which is the service weapon, which can be a pistol, it can be a shotgun, it can be whatever you want. You have to unlock the further builds. You've got telekinesis, so you can pick up pretty much anything in the world and lob it at bad guys, which is as entertaining as it sounds. It's full on Jedi powers. Further on in the game, you end up getting the ability to fly and the ability to put up a shield in front of you and all manner of things. But the main one is the telekinesis, where it's like, okay, oh look, here's a trolley. There's a bad guy. Bye bye trolley. And it just feels right.
It almost sounds like almost prototype-ish in the sense that the developers might have been like, here are some cool powers, how can we contextualize these? Almost.
I would say that, yeah, that's definitely what it is, if the world weren't so well built. The vast majority of those 4 hours was probably me running around for the first sort of small section of the oldest house, picking up just random scraps of paper and reading through and seeing, because you turn up at the Federal Bureau of Control, which is the essentially it's the government agency designated to looking after and responding to weird shit happening.
It's the FBI, but for paranormal shit.
Yep. And you go up the stairs, and you go around a corridor, and then you exit a corridor after talking to a janitor, who is definitely more than he makes out to be, and realise, hang on, I'm back in the entrance lobby, but the route which I took shouldn't have taken me back to the entrance lobby because I've just come out the same door I went through.
Mm-hmm.
So it's got that, faux Euclidean rubbish. And it's just weird, and it's your checkpoints are areas of the oldest house that have been corrupted, and as soon as you take control of them, the world around you sort of shifts back to where it should be, and it's just a really, really well well thought out universe and world, and it, yeah, I just shit's weird, and I like weird.
It sounds very, very cool. I mean, I've played fairly recently. I played Superliminal, and that was a bit more like focused on a singular core puzzle mechanic. But it sounds similar in the way that it sort of makes you look at the world in a different way, and
Oh, definitely.
things aren't how they first appear when you first see them,
Hmm.
but like blown up to a big AAA sort of experience.
Yeah, definitely. And I'm looking forward to getting into the DLC when it eventually lets me.
Cracking, cracking. Um, should we move on to the second thing that we've definitely both been playing?
Um, you mean Fall Guys that everybody has been playing?
That everybody has been playing.
That everybody's been playing, which I'm fairly sure we talked about last time.
We did, but I hadn't played it last time.
That's very true. I was convincing you to play it.
You were.
Uh, oh, it's so good. Although there are some levels which I just suck at.
Yep. It's one of
Like
those. It's
the
one of.
starting level
Sorry.
with the doors that open and lower, and you miss one and you're at the back of the queue, and then I just can't get there. It just pisses me
The
off.
the doors. You mean the doors that are some of them are fakes?
No, no, no. That's fine. I'm okay with that. No, it's the ones which lower and raise, and then there's things in front
Okay.
of you that bap your back. And
what about the seesaws?
oh, I love the seesaws.
Nobody. It's like nobody understands how they work.
Yeah, nobody understands physics.
No. But it's such a fun game. I've heard a lot of people say it's got like that sort of Nintendo-esque
Yeah,
quality to it, which I totally agree with. Where like Mario Kart, where you can definitely be good at Mario Kart, but no matter how good you are, sometimes you just get blue shelled and then
yeah,
red shelled straight away afterwards, and you go from first to sixth somehow
yeah,
straight away.
yeah.
Exactly
Doesn't
the
matter
same
how
thing.
good you are. There are some races where you get a blue shell, a red shell. You then drive into a banana because you've been knocked off course, and then a green shell just hits you out of fucking nowhere.
And
Probably
then
one that you threw,
and then lightning hits you.
and then lightning hits you, and the squid comes, and fucking Bowser runs you over.
And it is kind of the same with this, isn't it? There's that level of RNG where there are some things that you just hope and pray don't happen.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a case of, you know, yeah, you could get good at this game, but there is no way you are going to win every single game.
Hmm.
Not a chance.
Hmm.
And then they've got. Did you see the trailer for season 2
Yes,
with the medieval theme?
yeah.
That's just the fact that they're just going to be throwing more and more levels at you is fantastic.
Well, here's the question then, Dan. When do you think this is going free to play?
I don't think it will.
Do you not?
I mean, they've sold 7 million copies as of the last time I checked, which was a few days ago,
Crazy, isn't it? Crazy.
which is completely beyond all expectations they had for the game.
Hmm.
Yeah, I don't think it needs to go free to play. It's a nice price point where people can just get in, and then you don't have to spend anything ever if you don't want to.
No, that's the thing. That's the thing. But it does seem to have an almost free to play esque pricing structure where you do spend money on the virtual currency and on the different costumes and such.
Yeah, it's got the microtransactions, which is fine, but I don't think it needs to go free to play.
No, maybe not. Maybe it doesn't. But it's the sort of game that I can see, since it's had this huge success, I can almost see it I don't know, 3 months down the line, 6 months down the line. Can you not?
No.
Because
No, you only go free to play with this sort of game if your audience is disappearing. And as far as I can tell, this is a game which everybody seems to be wanting to play.
Yeah.
It's a fantastic game where if you've got 20 minutes, you can drop in, have a run, fail miserably, and then drop out.
Or if you've got 4 hours, it does keep you coming back.
Yeah.
I've not even played that much of it, but Jim Sterling mentioned this in one of his videos on it. It's the sort of game where just by taking one look at it, you can see the appeal. Just by watching one little bit of gameplay, you know the core premise, you know what you're doing, and you can see why it's fun.
Yeah, I remember watching a preview build of it, and my takeaway was, okay, I'm going to get this because it's Takeshi's Castle, the game.
Yeah, absolutely. And
all it needs is Craig Charles doing a voiceover on it,
you
commentating.
plonker.
You Wazzock.
Wazzock, that was it. Not plonker. Wazzock. He introduced me to the word Wazzock.
Oh, right in the cubes.
Oh, imagine that DLC.
I would love sort of like a weekly highlights of Fall Guys with just Craig Charles doing the commentary. Just 20 minutes worth of oh. That'd be amazing.
I've not played all that much of it. I've probably played like an hour and a half in total. But
no, maybe that's what we should be doing now rather than recording this silly thing.
Maybe
we should just quit right now while we're ahead.
Let's stop. But it's genuinely my first playthrough was about a 25-30 minute thing, just like before I had something else to do, and I felt like I could review it after that. And it's one of the reasons I don't want to write a review on it, because what do you say about this game? It's pure unbridled fun. It has the arcade factor that I've spoken about so many times, in that it's literally one button to get into a new game.
Mm-hmm. That's one thing I can complain about, actually. When you fail, it doesn't automatically kick you out of the game. That's a little bit of an annoyance, because sometimes I press B to leave, and then I find myself in the middle of the game, in the next level, and I'm like, okay, which one am I? Wait, it hasn't.
Yeah, I know.
So that could be clearer.
I think the reason it's like that, I imagine the reason it's like that is for when you're like playing with people.
Yeah, definitely. But when you're not playing with people, I have no interest in finding out who wins.
Yeah.
But also, it's the same thing that happened with Apex Legends when it launched. That sort of thing will be streamlined, where it will be just a button to, okay, you're out, start a new game.
Yeah, I can imagine it will.
And it will just launch you straight into the queue rather than having to go back into the experience thing.
Yeah.
And that's things which they'll learn from experience, and with season 2 coming, that looks like it's going to be more bonkers and more maps, and the more they throw in there, the better.
Just the confirmation that season 2 is coming fairly quickly after launch, so you'd think that season 3 will then come fairly quickly after that, and just the confirmation that it's themed.
Yeah,
it'll just keep people coming back, you'd think.
I mean, what are they going to do after Medieval? That was not where I was expecting them to go.
I mean, Halloween will be coming up around season 3, right? You'd think.
True. Oh,
so that
they could do some weird things with darkness.
Yeah. Well, it just sort of designs itself, doesn't it?
You know what I'd love to see? I'd love to see, the fruit, fruit guessing thing.
Oh yeah. Sorry, I
Um,
thought you were going to say the fruit coming at you on the treadmill
I know that's
because
amazing, but
fuck
I'd
that
love to
game.
see sort of like that's that sort of platform, but with the Super Mario lights coming down.
Oh
You know,
yeah,
in the boo levels where you have to stay in the light because otherwise you'll fall off.
yeah.
I'd love to see that sort of thing
Yeah, that'd be very cool. That would be very cool.
where the platform is only there if the light is on it.
What about a Christmas themed one? Because they're definitely going to do some shenanigans with like ice levels, surely.
Oh yeah, I mean they've already got the slime, so
Hmm.
yeah,
Makes
ice
perfect sense.
snowballs, snowmen attacking you.
I just cannot wait.
Yeah.
And I can't wait to stream it with you because I've only played solo so far.
Oh yeah, and if there's two of us, I imagine it'll be a lot of fun because you know we can g each other on, and
Mm.
you know
And
I
we
can
can
swear at you if you throw me off the edge
both be on the yellow team and and
and
both
fuck people up.
not as the yellow team. I think it hasn't it been confirmed that the yellow team are intentionally worse than the other team.
I
Some
think it's just an unwritten rule that if you're not the yellow team, you attack the yellow team.
I think it's been confirmed that like the team matchmaking isn't first of all isn't completely random, but also I don't think it is completely fair, which adds to that element of chaos even more.
Maybe I don't know. I've not. I've. I'll be honest with you. I've not delved into the meta of Fall Guys. I
You
can
need
barely
to.
keep up with the StarCraft 2 meta these days.
I mean, the StarCraft 2 meta sounds ridiculous, and all I've heard is from you.
I mean,
I can barely keep up with the Yu-Gi-Oh meta these days.
yeah, but you know that's a children's card game.
Yeah, but it's how all problems are solved. Shall we take a very quick break and then come back to discussing the last thing I've played?
Yeah, we can do. Yeah.
Cool. And we're back because we had to take an impromptu break because my bladder is not what it was. I'm currently on my third litre of water in about 2 hours.
He's got diabetes.
Probably. You're joking, but probably.
We've probably all got diabetes. It's what lockdown does to you.
It does. So the last thing I've been playing is Hollow Knight. And we touched on Hollow Knight a little bit last week. So I was at the point where this year I'm basically going through my backlog and trying to trying to finish some stuff that I'd started ages ago. So I've done Fire Emblem Three Houses, Luigi's Mansion 3. I'm sure there's more, but anyway, I've got through a few games that I've needed to, and Hollow Knight is one of them. I finished it just last night, and my god, this game is so good. You've played it, right?
Yes.
How far through are you? Do you know?
Third area,
Oh, okay.
possibly. I'm not sure. Uh, 6 hours, maybe. I'm not sure.
Well,
It's been a while.
yeah, it was for me as well. And bearing in mind that there was a lot of back and forth because I hadn't played in a long while. A lot of me backtracking to places, thinking, "Have I been here? Yes, I've been here. Can I get anywhere yet? No, I need And there was a bit of me looking up a guide, which I know kind of ruins the experience in these games, but it was kind of necessary because of how long I'd not been
It's
playing it for.
understandable.
Um, but yeah, I definitely learned to fall in love with this game. It's so good. And I put in 45 hours, which I
Wow.
don't for a 2D Metroidvania. As I say, a bit of that was artificially extended because I was backtracking a bit and
Yeah, but
getting
not
lost.
45 hours worth.
No, absolutely not. That was maybe like 5 hours tops. maybe 10 hours, but I don't know. And I'm so you just before you face the final boss. This isn't a spoiler. Don't worry. You get something that lets you view your completion percentage
Hmm.
in the on the pause menu, and I'm at 72%, and that's not out of 100. I think with the DLC, I think that's out of 112 now. So I've basically got half of what I've already done again to do, which is bonkers to me for like an indie like £16 game, something like that, isn't it? It's less than £20.
Yeah.
So crazy. Um, the world is just so intriguing. There's just a bit of gameplay I'm looking at now, and I'm thinking I've not seen this character. But the world is dark and intriguing. Um,
I just love the art style.
the art style's amazing. It
And
it
again, the fact that it's weird.
oh yeah, yeah. It's very Dark Souls slash Bloodborne esque, isn't it?
Oh, there's definitely a steep learning curve. Yeah, one of the boss battles which I'd just done, which I had done before moving on to other things. Must have attempted it 40 or 50 times before actually getting through it.
Yep. And for a 2D game, that's like it's weird, isn't it? Because the combat is just so good, and it is quite Souls like,
Oh,
especially
every single time I died, it wasn't because of some random gaming bullshit. It was always my fault,
yeah,
and every single time I was like, "Crap! I can't believe I did that. That was so stupid."
yeah, absolutely. Or like there were times on a boss that I got stuck on for a little bit where I was like, how the fuck do I dodge that attack? What can I do? And then I was like, oh, that's how you do it, And it was just me not realizing.
Mm.
And it is one of those where you just get better and better and better, and you sort of like there's no one strategy for each thing. You try different things when something's not working, and I don't know how far you got into the sort of charm system, but I there's these charms that you can attach,
Hmm.
and at first you only have like 3 or 4 um, spaces available, and each one costs a different amount. But then you get more spaces as you upgrade more. And I had like a different setup when I was exploring compared to when I knew where I was going, and where I was
Mm.
going was to a boss. You know,
That's interesting.
yeah, it. I definitely had my 2 builds going on, and I'm sure because I didn't unlock nearly all of them, so I'm sure you can get deeper into that. Um, your nail can be upgraded, so you get stronger attacks, but again, that's optional all the way through. It doesn't hold your hand at all, and if you are new to the sort of Metroidvania genre, I definitely recommend going in with a guide. But also, if you're new, don't let it put you off, because once you break through that difficulty curve, it's it's just so good. It's so good. The final boss as well. Fantastic. No, I know. No spoilers. No spoilers.
I can't put my fingers in my ears.
You can take your headphones off again, but you've done that joke once already.
I know exactly.
um, it's it's surprisingly like hopeful in parts as well.
Mm.
You know for how dark it is,
Yeah.
and how sort of mysterious the story, the whole world is. There are some moments of light which I think I told you, like I was fighting a boss and there was a story beat on the boss where I was just like, no. And for like a little, it's not story based really. For how mechanically focused it is, that's just an excellent excellent trait for a game like this to have, I think. And yeah, it's a lot.
Definitely.
It's a lot of game for the price. Should we move on to some news?
Yeah, we can do.
There hasn't been all that much of note, even though Gamescom happened.
There's not really been that. I think it's more a case of there's not really that much that we care about.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, even the DC Fandome stuff that I've put on there, it's just sort of like,
So we've got the DC Fandome. Like some good movie trailers. The Suicide Squad looks fun. You know, James.
Oh, did you? It's completely off topic, but did you see the oh crap? What are they called?
I don't know, Dan.
Oh wow!
You tell me.
Brain has gone. There's a new Marvel, The Eternals. There we go. So the Marvel movie, The Eternals, has no longer got "the" at the front of it, and everybody was kicking off. And then James Gunn came out and replied to the post and or replied to the tweet and was just sort of like, "Oh no, a buddy at Marvel lent me the because I needed it for my film." And there's only so many to go around.
Of course he did.
Which is why it explains why it's the Suicide Squad and just Eternals.
Mm-hmm. DC are in such a weird place with the movies at the minute, and
DC don't know what they're doing at the moment.
Well, listen to this. You'll like this analogy. I was speaking to my good friend Johnny about about Sony and Microsoft, and I just had this revelation. I was like, oh my god, Sony and Microsoft is at the minute, like the PS5 and the Series X, it feels like the MCU versus the DC EU. Like Sony, the MCU, know exactly what they're doing, they're confident in the products they're launching, they're confident in the stuff they're putting out. The Xbox Series X, the DC EU, are like, shit, we need to do something, let's just throw shit at the wall and see what sticks.
So, I'm going to disagree with that because I think the guys in charge of DC know exactly what they want to do, they just can't do it. What they want to do is they want to do Flashpoint, which is one of their most successful stories, which involves Flash going back in time and changing a load of weird things and really going full blast on the whole multiverse thing.
Yeah,
which is why you've got the confirmation that what's his face? I can picture him. He was Vulture in Spider-Man.
Oh yeah, Michael Keaton.
Michael Keaton as Batman,
yeah,
or Bruce Wayne in The Flash,
yeah,
and also apparently Ben Affleck as Bruce Wayne in The Flash,
yeah.
Which,
and also
considering The Flash may not even happen because the lead actor has been accused of something, I don't know.
Really?
Apparently.
Oh,
I don't know.
I didn't know this.
Neither did I. And I could be talking out my arse, but I'm fairly sure somebody said something at some point.
Okay.
And in this world, that generally means something. Yeah. And obviously there was huge hints towards that in Batman vs. Superman. Or at least the extended version. And then there's probably going to be hints towards it in Zack Snyder's cut of Justice League.
Zack Snyder's cut of Justice League is hilarious because it's not going to be canon, I assume, unless it makes loads of money, and then it's definitely going to be canon.
I mean, how much can they change in the cut to make it non-canon?
I don't
know. Other than the fact that they're definitely going to have Darkseid in there.
I don't know. I really don't know. I mean, it's like 4 hours long, right?
Apparently so, and I've made my points about this to you off camera, and the fact that I think it's just, you can't polish a turd.
No, but my whole thing is at least it's going to be one director's vision now.
Yeah, and look how that went with Batman versus Superman.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's going to be good, but it's also
Okay.
not going to be a stitched together mess like Justice League apparently was. I never saw it.
We should do a sit down watch of both of them when they come out.
Of what?
Of the original cut of Justice League and then Zack Snyder's cut. You know, we'll sit down and we'll watch the first one, and then we'll, get really, really drunk and forget about it. And then the next day we'll watch the second one, and then we'll get really, really drunk because of how bad they both were. Sounds like a good weekend to me.
It sounds like a fantastic weekend. And you know what? We've been talking about films, not video games, for a while now, but fuck it.
I mean, this is the chill part of the video games and chill.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thing is, there's actually no confirmation that it's going to be released in the UK either.
It will be.
Because it's on HBO Max.
It'll be Amazon Prime.
I don't think it will.
Mark my words, Amazon Prime.
Maybe. We'll see.
In fact, maybe not, because Titans is on Netflix. I might be shooting myself in the foot there.
and Stargirl is on Prime. And yeah, again, DC, all over the place. But if they could do some sort of Flashpoint, just to conclude this, if they could do some sort of Flashpoint which ends up merging their TV and cinematic universes, that would work. That'd be good. But
thingy, what's his name? Movie Flash appeared in TV Flash.
Yes.
So they have sort of done it.
I know, yeah, they are canonically different universes, but the same universe, but the different universe.
The same multiverse.
Same multiverse, yes.
And here's the thing.
As you can tell, the DC Fandome did absolutely fuck all for video games.
Wait, hold on. Batfleck was the right choice.
I don't know. I'm pretty pumped about Robert Pattinson. Although, to be fair, I think Robert Pattinson would have been a better Nightwing.
Oh, maybe, yeah.
And if it were me, that would be my story for the Batman. Would be him taking over the Batmantle, and then realizing that perhaps he doesn't need to be the Batman because he's just Nightwing.
But it's not.
But obviously, that's not what they're going to do because they've already said,
it's
Bruce Wayne.
But my whole thing, I just to quickly mention Batfleck, I think Ben Affleck would have been a great Bruce Wayne with a good script. I don't think there was any getting past the script for Batman v Superman, and Justice League was Justice League. I didn't even see it, and I know how bad it was.
Yeah, I mean, if only the writer was. Let's not go into that. Batman Gotham Knights. It's a 4-player. Is it 4-player? There's 4 characters. I don't know the way that it's 4-player multiplayer, but it's all over the place, and it seems to be
1 to 4-player.
Is it 1 to 4-player?
I think so.
And none of them are Batman. And Nightwing's in there, and you can guarantee that as much as I can play Nightwing, I'm going to play Nightwing. But
Bruce Wayne is dead,
of course, as is the Joker, and this isn't, however, the canonical continuation of the Batman Arkham series. That is Suicide Squad killed the Justice League, which is a 4-player co-op action fighter game.
It's weird because
they are both the same game, but one is right. I tell you what it is. They are the same website with a different style sheet attached.
Yep.
Batman Gotham Knights is the dark, moody. That's dark mode. And then you go up to the top and you flick a little switch and turn it onto light mode, and that's Suicide Squad, which is probably the wrong way round.
Yeah, it probably is, but it does also make total sense.
Yeah, the trailer for Suicide Squad was entertaining, and if it was an animation, fantastic. But I mean,
Rocksteady always do that though. They produce stellar animated like CG trailers for
yeah.
their games, don't they?
Oh yeah. And because it's Rocksteady, I'm reserving judgment until it's out.
Mm-hmm. Which is 2022. They've got plenty of time.
Yeah, they've got loads of time. It's
Let's just rewind to Batman Gotham Knights. So they've said that it's not a live service game.
really, because it sure as hell felt like one.
It definitely did. I'm pretty sure they've said it's not a live service game. It's a story that you can play through with your friends. But you're absolutely right. The health bars above the enemies rubbed me up the wrong way. Especially the Mister.
It seemed like a bad MMO
Yeah, especially the
gone wrong.
Especially the Mister Freeze boss fight, because we all know how amazing that Mister Freeze boss fight was in Arkham City, and it wasn't because he was a bullet sponge. It was because you had to hide in the grates and take him down from there. But then
Yeah.
he adapted to you, so you had to like throw a bat grenade at him or whatever it was, and then he adapted to that and upgraded his armor. Like, it felt like such a back and forth fight, and it was incredible. It felt
Yeah.
like you had to really think on your feet, didn't it?
And it's not only that, it's a memorable fight.
Really memorable fight.
Because as soon as you said Mr. Freeze boss fight, I was like, I'm there.
And it's almost a shame that that's what they decided to show off in this trailer. Because to just have Mr. Freeze now be a bullet sponge, it's like,
Why have
okay.
these guys got? Okay, so we've got 4 characters. Yeah, 4 characters in this game. You've got Batgirl, who, okay, fair enough. She's just female Batman. I mean, she's more than that. Feminists, don't at me. You've got Nightwing, who is fucking ninja, blue suit, red suit. Who cares? I'm, coming in from Bloodhaven for whatever reason. I'm sure that won't be fleshed out. You've got Robin, who is, okay, yeah, he's probably got a stick. And then you've got Red Hood, who for some reason is running around with fucking semi-automatic pistols.
Yeah, it's so jarring, isn't it? You're right. It's like you've got these 3 characters that are trying to like obey the Batman no guns, no
Dark is
killing
the night,
thing.
and I will hide in the shadows. I'm gonna shoot you with my guns.
it's
I get it. Red Hood is a
Gotham
interesting
Knight
character. I imagine at some point there's going to be a story twist where Red Hood goes off being all vigilante and shit, and goes too far.
But will there be any individual story beats like that per character?
I don't think there will. I want there to be, but I don't think there will be.
Such an odd thing, isn't it? As I say, it might be good, it might be fun, but everything I've seen so far just shouts red flag to me.
Yeah, it doesn't look like a Batman game.
No, and it
doesn't look like it's going to feel like a Batman game.
It's hard, isn't it? Because I don't know. I just don't know where.
What it is, I'll tell you what it is. It is Batman versus Superman trying to follow up Chris Nolan's Batman trilogy. Doesn't matter how good it is, it's probably not going to be as good as Batman Arkham Asylum, Batman Arkham City.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Just as a random aside, since we've got time, what's the best Arkham game? Or what are
I'm
your
going to say
rankings?
Asylum.
Yes, absolutely.
And that's purely because Arkham City is, as good as Arkham City is, it's not got enough direction to it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You know what really put.
And I have spent in my gameplay of that game. I spent probably 40 odd hours the first time through, and all the way through, there were. This is probably why I would rank it lower than Arkham Asylum, because in the story beats, it's like you've got 5 hours left to get this done, and then I dick around for 10 hours. Then they're like, you got 2 hours to get this done, and then I dick around for 2 hours. And they go, you got an hour and a half to get this done, and I dick around for 40 hours trying to figure out where the fuck this fucking Hush guy is.
Well,
spoilers, Hush is in Arkham City.
I had a similar experience, but like almost the other end, where Arkham City wanted to be an open world sandbox game, and I went exploring for secrets, and I tried to open a door, and I pressed A to open the door, and Batman said, "I don't have time for this right now," and I was like, "Yes, you do, Batman. Like, we don't have to do the story right now."
However, the thing that Arkham City's got that Arkham Asylum doesn't, Catwoman.
Oh yeah. Oh.
That just being able to run around Arkham City as Catwoman,
and for her to feel so, that was our first taste of
different.
Yeah, that was our first taste of like new characters, and she just felt more, like quicker, more agile, but also more fragile.
Yeah, and I was actually better playing as her than I was at Batman.
It was the throwing the spikes on the floor that got me.
The bolus where you could just tie people up.
Mm-hmm. Or one of her takedowns, which was like jumping
leans
on
in and kisses them, and then
yeah, that was fantastic. But also the Arkham City DLC where you got to play as the other characters in the challenge rooms. I played one of those fights. I never managed to beat it. It was the one where you had to do it all in one combo.
Oh yeah,
and it was like it got into the hundreds. I played that as Nightwing so many times just because of how fun Nightwing was to control. And it was essentially very similar to Batman. Same as Catwoman was very similar to Batman, but so different.
Yeah.
So different.
Yeah, Gotham Knights is not gonna. I don't think it's gonna be that.
No, it's not gonna.
Which is a problem. And it doesn't matter how good it is; it will always be compared to those games.
It'll always be
unfortunately.
In their shadow.
Yeah.
As I say, the bullet sponge enemies didn't do it for me. And then Suicide Squad.
Okay, yeah. No. I was going to say while we're talking superheroes, but I will do that after we've talked supervillains.
Okay. I was going to say Suicide Squad. They've made reference to it being a third-person shooter.
Really?
Or like,
hang on, no, how?
Or having third-person shooting elements, something like that. It's one of those. It's one of those where it's 2 years away, and the internet being the internet, that every little quote that the developers are saying, maybe it being having third-person shooter elements is just that some characters have guns. That could be it.
So, yeah. I just had to confirm because my memory could be a bit fuzzy, and I did watch 2 Suicide Squad trailers. So the characters in Suicide Squad, Harley Quinn, who generally runs around, at least in the Rocksteady universe, with a baseball bat. Normally it's with a giant fucking hammer. Hopefully it'll be both.
And a pistol, right?
Not really.
Go on anyway.
She's all about, the crazy shit like Joker. Captain Boomerang, who, surprise, surprise, uses a boomerang.
Does he?
King Shark, who is a fucking shark.
King
How
Shark,
are you gonna shoot with flippers? Although I think he does actually have arms, but don't quote me on that. And then Deadshot, who, fair enough, has a gun. But you let people play as Deadshot with a gun in a third-person shooter, you lose everything about Deadshot that
Mhm.
Deadshot is.
I was wondering that actually, and I was like going through in my mind how that could work, and the only way I could think is like, you know how like when you can do a homing attack in Sonic, there's like a marker over enemies. It being like that, but instead of homing attack, you then that's when you've got the guaranteed shot to hit them.
Yeah, but it's not gonna be great if you're playing through a section as Deadshot, and it is a third-person shooter, and like everybody in a third-person shooter, you've got 20% accuracy because you're using a controller because you're an idiot, and then it goes into a cutscene, and then it's like, oh yeah, I never miss,
Yeah.
and then it's just like, the fuck you never miss? You just wasted an entire clip, fucking just. I really hope it's not a third-person shooter. Really do. I really hope it's more of a, okay. I hope what I hope is Ghost Recon. Okay, Ghost Recon, but you can switch between the four.
Yeah.
So you are leading with whichever character you have chosen to, and the other three characters go off and do whatever the fuck they're doing when you're in a fight, and you can flick between them as you wish.
Mm-hmm.
Sort of Final Fantasy VII Remake style. But you can focus on one character. But what I think it's probably going to end up being is some sort of weird amalgamation thing where it dynamically flips you in the middle of the battle to whoever is doing the most cool anime shit.
Well, you say that, but it's also co-op. So will it just be you pick a character?
Which is why I think why I would like it to go down the Ghost Recon route.
Mm.
So yeah, okay, there's two of you doing whatever the hell, and you can switch to the other two if you want to. But again, we've not seen anything other than a pre-rendered trailer for this, have we?
Yeah, no. It could. This is all just speculation.
Yeah. But Captain Boomerang's teleport mechanics. Glad they've done that because they're not going to do that in the Suicide Squad.
Does Captain Boomerang generally teleport?
I believe it is part of his.
Is it
part of his pastiche? Yeah. Let's have a look. I've actually got him open here. Team affiliations, no. Utilizes various trick and weaponized boomerangs. One of which I believe is a teleport.
Oh, right, okay.
Huh.
Because I was under the impression it was Deadshot teleporting, but I might just be completely off with that.
I don't know. I might be wrong. I'm currently looking.
Shit.
No, Deadshot just shoots things.
Do I need to do some do something entertaining while you're looking?
Nah.
Okay, good. Not good at that bit.
Deadshot has no superhuman powers.
Okay.
And he's only ever missed once.
Was that against...
That's why he hates Batman.
I was going to say, was that against the Batman?
Yeah, that's why he hates Batman.
Okay. Do you want to handle the...
Completely removed all of that shit in the fucking original Suicide Squad. Because apparently the reason why he hates Batman in the original Suicide Squad is because he embarrassed him in front of his daughter.
Yeah.
No, fuck that shit.
Also, and this is like, this is a weird issue, because it's probably a non-issue, but Deadshot has been in the Arkhamverse, and this is a direct continuation of the Arkhamverse, and yes, I'm calling it the Arkhamverse.
That's fine.
And he appears to be a different character. As in a different...
Does he?
As in a different race and everything. I'm pretty sure Deadshot was a white guy in Arkham City and or Origins.
I mean, did we even see anything of his color or
I think so. I might be
race or whatever.
I might be completely off on this. It's just in a weird space where Batman Gotham Knights is like, we're definitely not a continuation, although it begins with Bruce Wayne's mansion exploding, just like the end of Arkham Knight. It's almost like it was built to be a continuation, and then halfway through they decided it wasn't a continuation. And now Suicide Squad is the continuation, but it's like, but are these characters looking different and acting differently to how we've seen them before? Or I don't know.
Yeah, you are completely right. Unlike previous depictions in the series, this version is African American, whereas in the 3 previous Arkham games, he wasn't.
I thought so.
Wow, racist.
It's just
I don't see race. Whilst we're talking about superheroes and vaguely, racist controversies, have you seen the announcement about the Avengers?
no.
About apparently all of their DLC characters
Yes.
are going to have a $10 season pass each individually.
So if there's 6 heroes at launch, that will be $60 right there and then.
No, I thought it was just for the DLC characters.
I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not sure how this is working.
Avengers, even though it's probably not going to give me what I want.
We're doing a lot of research on the fly today. I like it, Dan.
I know, yeah. Avengers game, which is out this week?
Is it? Is it that soon?
Yeah, I think it's like 6th of September.
Mind you, they've had 2 open betas, haven't they?
Oh, no. It is every character.
Yeah, I thought so.
Has a paid battle. It's not even a season pass, it's a battle pass.
Crazy.
All of them will be free. All the characters will be free afterwards, but... Oh, right, okay, this is pay to win bullshit.
Oh, okay.
Everything I see about this game just makes me hate it.
Yeah, same.
I was
kind of on the fence about it. I was kind of in the space of like, oh, let's just wait and see how it comes out. Now I'm just like, fuck this game.
Hey, I downloaded the. Did I tell you I downloaded the beta?
Oh, how was it?
Well, it was took about 2.5 hours to download because it was about 20 odd gig.
Mm-hmm.
And then it did a very good job of sitting on my hard drive for a couple of days until I deleted it.
Oh, okay.
That's how enthused I was for the game.
Yeah.
I looked at it a couple of times and I was like, I could play that, and then I went, Football Manager.
I could play that, or I could play anything else.
4th of September. It's not even out on. It's out on 31st.
Friday.
Friday.
Weird times.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what the reviews are going to be like. When is the review embargo actually? I bet it's the day off.
You know what? While you're looking that up, I am going to nip to the toilet, so we might skip this part out unless you've got something informative to say. But I will be right back.
I'm always going to be entertaining because I'm entertaining. Game releases early on the 1st, so I'm sure there'll be reviews then. September 1st. Oh! So, yeah, based on that, it looks like The Avengers is going to be... reviews will start coming out tomorrow, or today, or a few days ago, depending on when Sam decides to put this video up. Yeah, so that's good. I'm really, really concerned about The Avengers. I do get... I want to like it. I really want to like it, but there has been nothing that has pushed me towards being enthusiastic about it. the launch trailer, the E3 trailer last year was great. The E3 trailer last year was fantastic because it showed you all the voice actors for the characters, and then just from that point, it's gone from yeah, I really like all these voice actors to oh no, oh no, oh look, Anthem, oh
What were we talking about there? The Avengers still.
yeah, and I do feel like it's just going to be
Shit.
another
It's just going to be shit.
another Anthem. It's going to be a case of there's going to be a lot of people that get in there on launch, and then they're all going to be really fucking disappointed and refund it.
I've said to you before. It. I mean, it begs the question: Does the name, does the Avengers branding carry it? Is that enough to carry it? And
it will sell.
You think?
Yeah, it will sell. There'll be hundreds of kids that receive it as Christmas present this year.
Yeah, I can imagine.
And also with it being one of the few games that's actually coming out on the next gen consoles, yeah, it'll sell. I've got no doubt about that, and that's the problem. Is that they know that it's going to sell, so I really want to be proven wrong. I really do. But everything I've seen about the game just makes me cringe.
I think they drop it quickly post-launch. Not like
no, because they've already confirmed all of these characters coming, and it's going to be supported until something, and it's like I still don't even know what type of game it is.
When I say quickly, I mean like 2022.
Oh yeah, it'll be gone by then. You're kidding? They'll have pumped out a quick sequel by that point. No, I still don't even know what type of game it is.
No.
I don't know how serious it's supposed to be. I don't know what the story is alluding to. It just seems there is a very stark difference between my thought process, my thoughts about this, and my thoughts about Spider-Man when it came out.
Yeah, true. Do you want to handle the last item on the docket, Dan? Because you've put it in, and seems like a positive thing to end the news on.
Yeah, I mean, everybody knew it anyway, but Cyberpunk 2077 is going to have free DLC, like The Witcher 3 had, and like most CD Projekt Red games want to have. I doubt it's going to be things like new costumes for characters, because from what I can tell, the characters don't have default costumes to begin with. But it's going to be, there's definitely going to be stuff.
If I remember correctly, The Witcher 3's free DLC wasn't anything like mind-blowing or really substantial, but it was just like some nice little extras, right?
Oh yeah, there were alternate costumes for Yen, for Ciri, and for Triss. All of which I think I use the original costumes, because Triss is just had this weird V cut down here, and whilst it fit for the character, I just really preferred her other her other outfit. I can't remember what Yen's was, and Ciri's was just a little bit more torn up of what a normal costume was, I think. But they were nice little to haves, and I know people that did change costumes.
It's better than a slap in the face, isn't it?
Indeed, yeah, it's better than a fish up your ass. But yeah, free DLC, CD Projekt Red are doing what they should do.
Yeah, it's always a good thing.
Also, with that free DLC, each of those DLCs is going to have an attached Game Pass for $10.
What do you mean?
That was a joke. That was a joke.
I didn't get it.
Because we were just talking about the Avengers and them having the attached game.
Oh, of course.
The attached Game Pass for free DLC.
The Battle Pass, yeah.
Or whatever the hell it's going. What is a Battle Pass?
I don't know. It's a season pass, isn't it? But it's a. But they can't.
Is it though, or is it going to be?
They can't sell 6 season passes at once, so they it's just ridiculous.
You're going to need it for like multiplayer or something.
Oh, stop it.
Ha! Although if there is multiplayer, I just want like 6 Hulks in a team.
Yeah.
Just rampaging the shit out of New York.
Right.
That's the kick. Can I be Hulk and can I break down the Empire State Building? Or Avengers Tower?
Yes, you can be Hulk. No, you will not be able to to properly smash.
I want to.
Right,
shall we move on to?
Well, let's take a quick break. Do we have any sponsors today, Dan?
Yeah, today we are sponsored by Stabby Comb. It's a comb on one end and a stabby thing on the other. You can stab people or you can comb them.
What is
Best thing ever?
What is that supposed to be? Is it just missing a
stabby
handle?
thing on one end and a comb on the other?
Stop it.
I don't know what it's supposed to be. I think it's one of those combs which you're supposed to be able to use as like a head sticky thing.
Okay.
I don't know. It just appeared. I think it's Carolina's, and she tells me off for using it. So, yeah, stop me now, bitch.
Sorry, Carolina.
She doesn't watch this shit.
Right, we'll be right back. And we are back. So we're going to be discussing now. Summer Games Fest is over, which was a bit of a mess of
what Summer Games Fest?
It was the whole. I think it was Jeff Keighley's thing. But it was basically just all the reveals that happened this summer, and I don't know.
Oh right, yeah,
E3. But
that's what I've been calling it.
But spread over 4 months rather than 1 week.
Spread over 4 months, and including Gamescom, which is actually a different convention. It's all right. We got TGS coming in a few weeks as well.
Yeah, that doesn't count though. Summer of Games is now over.
Yeah, that'll be the autumn of games.
So the first one I want to bring up,
or Summer of Games : epilogue.
Oh yeah,
that'd be nice.
I mean, maybe we'll have Summer of Games 2020 Part 2 next year.
Electric Boogaloo.
Yeah,
it's been an interesting summer. There's been an awful lot of revelation videos. Apparently, there's a couple more to come. There's another PlayStation one on the way, and there's another Ubisoft one on the way in the next couple of weeks.
And there's got to be a Nintendo one, right? Come on,
I mean,
please.
Nintendo's been dropping bullshit left, right, and centre, and the less said about it, the better. Don't at me, bros. That Kingdom Hearts trailer can go suck a dick.
But let's get into some positivity. This is supposed to be our favourite reveals. And I'm starting off with one that I absolutely adore. Kana, Bridge of Spirits. So this was revealed at the PlayStation conference back in May, was it?
Was it really that long ago?
Oh no, June. I think it was early June,
wasn't it?
Yeah, it was June. Yes.
Because it was supposed to be E3 week, and then they bumped it for a week because some cops shot a black man in America. I know that doesn't narrow it down. Sorry. George Floyd was murdered.
Which, you know, it was definitely a good thing to
definitely
delay for. Yeah.
Support that shit.
Yeah, not take eyes off that conversation. But Kena Bridge of Spirits, to me, it's sort of, and I don't know, you know how much I love Jak and Daxter. The world.
No, you've never mentioned it before.
Stop it. The world sort of gave me Jak and Daxter vibes, and I don't know whether it's like the sort of eco sort ofness of it all.
Yeah, it's a weird. It looks like a weird sort of actiony platformer with Pikmin elements.
Yeah, but like just the art style, it looks cartoony. It looks like Western anime.
Yes,
you know, like
especially with the voiceover in the trailer.
Yeah, I couldn't remember the voiceover in the trailer until you told me about it, but it just looks so beautiful and just like such a fun game, such a fun little action platformer. Then
Yeah,
those
it
little
looks like it's going to be a chill, relaxing play.
well, I don't know because the combat looks like I don't know if intense is the word, but it definitely looks very action focused.
Yeah, but it doesn't look like it's all 100% action 100% of the time. It looks like it's got these weird little cool puzzle elements and a world that you you want to spend time in.
And it's weird because there's a shot in the trailer where Kana, I imagine that's the character's name, where Kana is running like into a city or some sort of town, but it's like all naturified, like all overgrown, but also lived in.
Yeah,
um, but it makes me wonder: is that like the hub world, or is that a town, a city that you're going to visit, and is it going to be like a big open world thing? I don't know, and I'm intrigued to find out. It's I think it's a PlayStation exclusive, but it's coming out on the PS4 and the PS5 at launch.
nice,
So I'm planning on picking up a PS5 and I'm planning on getting this.
nice,
Looks fantastic.
awesome. Yeah, I can definitely understand why you put that on your list.
Sweet.
Yeah, first thing on my list is surprise, surprise. It's the ground up reimagining of Abe's Exodus or Odyssey, whichever one of those is number two.
I think
Uh,
Exodus is number 2.
Oddworld Tholthorm, which when I was watching the reveal for it in the PlayStation reveal, um, I had to change my underwear. It just looks like how I remember the old games being,
It
but
looks
with the graphical power to actually, you know,
so.
actually make them the way they're supposed to.
I've never played it, but it looks dark.
Dark.
Dark. That
It's so the opening of the original Abe game uh, is essentially a production facility where the Oddworld inhabitants are making snack foods out of Oddworld inhabitants.
mhm.
And you sort of pan over this conveyor belt of people being turned into food.
Yeah, so
It's dark.
quite
It's
dark.
dark. They've got their mouths sewn shut.
That
It's
that was the bit of this trailer, the bit where
what the bit where the blade goes in.
yeah, where he's taking. Oh, there it is. Just happened. Oh, oh.
Yeah, no, this is not a game for kids. Despite the fact that it's bright, despite the fact that some of the Oddworld games have been bright and colourful, no, this
It's
is.
funny though as well, isn't it? Is it like dark comedy, or am I wrong about that?
Um, I imagine there are comedic elements to it, and there probably has to be to offset you know, the vast negativity of the world. But yeah, okay, yeah, I'd say dark comedy. But I'm looking forward to it, and it was an unexpected announcement.
Did you play the remake of the original?
I didn't because I only found out that existed last week.
Oh, did you?
It existed, I just didn't know what it was.
Okay, I see. Oh no, Dan, we've lost you again. Oh no. Oh, you're back. Are you back? Haha.
Yeah, of course I am. No, I lost you. Yeah, I'm planning as soon as this recording ends to go onto the Steam store and see if I can pick it up.
Fantastic.
Because I didn't realize what it was until, like I say, a couple of weeks ago
I'm looking
when I
forward
was
to.
looking at Soulstorm.
I'm looking forward to hearing more about that next week.
Yeah, we totally know that's going to happen. Like us streaming Pokemon.
It's gonna happen. It's definitely going to happen.
Possibly.
Next on my list, for a favourite announcement, was one that just took me completely by surprise, and one that the internet seems to hate, and it's The Sims 4
I think we
Star
both had
Wars.
the same reaction because we were talking to each other as this happened, and we were both sort of like, "What the fuck?" And then about 2 minutes later, we were like, "I want this!"
It was like one of the Star Wars characters just going, Patoonie, which got me. I was like, what the fuck is going on? And you can tell what it is straight away, but also it's like, what is happening? The internet.
It's not the what. It's the why.
The,
It's the Maxis. Why are you doing this?
The internet and the Sims community seem to hate it, but that
Of course
reveal,
they do.
That reveal was my favourite moment of Gamescom, and I've told you it's my favourite use of the Star Wars license by EA. And I know you brought up Jedi Fallen Order. I don't care.
No, you said it was the best use of the Star Wars license by EA, and my response was, "I'd like to point you towards Jedi Fallen Order, sir."
Listen, I don't have a clue what this gameplay is going to be like.
It's going to be The Sims.
Well, yeah, it's going to be The Sims. That's all it's going to be.
Of course, you know what the gameplay is going to be like. It's going to be The Sims.
Yeah,
you're going to click somewhere, and then you're going to be like hit with lightsaber, and you're going to walk up to a cat and go, vroom, and the cat's going to go.
It does. It was just hilarious. The reason it's on here for me is because it was so out of left field. Nobody asked for this, which is kind of like you can kind of tell nobody asked for this by the fan reaction that I've not seen all that much of, but I don't care. It came out of nowhere, and I loved it, and that's all I've got to say about that. I don't even play The Sims. You know, I've not got The Sims 4, so I'm not going to be buying this. It was just that appealing to me. It was just, the whole trailer was so out of left field.
Yeah, understandable. Yeah.
Should we move on to an actually good-looking game that both of us actually want to play?
Yeah, my second title is, and I had to double check this because I skipped through the trailer and I was like, "This isn't the game which I thought it was."
And
it turns out I just skipped all the mundane bits.
Yeah, I said to you, "Yes, Dan, it is."
And that's Ghostwire Tokyo, the weird psychological horror shooter, magic-y handsy thing set in Tokyo with headless schoolgirls and Final Fantasy tomboys turning into Slender Man in the middle of the street wearing umbrellas.
It looks so sort of campy almost with its horror, but also also just I don't know whether it's going to be scary or not, but it looks
weird.
Great. It's weird. It's fun.
Which I think if you look at the 4 games which I've chosen, the underlying the underlying theme is well designed and realized worlds with a little bit of weirdness.
Mm. Yeah, definitely, and that's definitely what this looks like. I think we both had the same reaction to this one because we were watching it, like, not together, but we were talking while we were watching it, and it was just, oh wow, what's going on? Oh wow, the little girl in the yellow raincoat has just popped up and like whistled for some enemies to come in. It looks like, you know, so
the tomboy. That's what I thought. So it's the little girl in the yellow raincoat, which reminds me of the tomboy from Final Fantasy. Just turns up, whistles, and then turns into Slender Man.
Oh, right,
and disappears.
Okay.
And it just reminds me of a tomboy just walking in with its knife and its fucking lantern, and then just going, "I'm gonna kill you, bitch!" I don't know why, but yeah.
And it all looks sort of like third person magic simulator, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean it's first person.
Oh, first person. Sorry, not third person. Yeah, first.
Yeah, because he's walking up to people and going, "Are you in love with?"
It looks like an FPS, but with magic.
But with magic and weird Kill Bill 5-finger palm exploding Death Heart thing. Yeah. Yeah, and I'm excited for it.
I'm really
because
excited.
It looks great, and it's probably going to be one of these weird batshit games that everybody comes out of the other end going, "What the fuck did I just play?"
Yeah, yeah, definitely. And I like the fact that it focuses so heavily on the action as well.
Yeah.
I think you could make this setting and this game be more horror based, but I think the fact that it feels so frantic is part of a large part of the appeal.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, the fact that you seem to actually have to cast magic, that's going to be, I'm going to be running down a corridor and I'm going to be like pressing buttons at the right time and be like, ah, fuck, I pressed the wrong one.
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah, that's what I want.
Looks great. Looks great.
I want to get a spell that will stop the yellow raincoated girl from teleporting into a Slender Man and then beat her with her own umbrella.
Ugh. So moving on to
Yes, moving on to a game which you were all over.
my third pick. So just a little bit of context. When this showed up, like immediately when it showed up, I just messaged Jan like, "Little devil inside," and you assumed that I was like 30 seconds ahead of you because you hadn't had a title drop, and I was like, "No, no, no, no." I've been looking forward to this game for about 5 years. So it originally started as a Kickstarter, and it looked like a sort of a pretty ambitious Monster Hunter type thing. And I was just worried it was one of those Kickstarter projects that everyone looks at, everyone goes, "This looks amazing," and then you just never hear from it ever again because they were too ambitious for their own good. It turns out they've spent that 5 years working on the game, and it looks way more polished than it did 5 years ago, like it should do. But the core concept is there. It's like a little chibi Monster Hunter type thing. You get missions from this town, and you go out on adventures. It just looks really charming and really fun.
Yeah, I mean, I enjoyed what I saw of it, and I was all over it. And then you messaged me, and I was just sort of like, "Oh, yeah, this isn't a new announcement. This is something that's been in the pipeline for absolutely ages." And it was, yeah, it's, yeah, I'm looking forward to this one, especially seeing that it is definitely coming on PC as well.
Mm-hmm. It seems to have like a level of humor to it that sort of befits the cartoony chibi art style, but also like it's not going all out with the
I
comedy.
just love the art style. It just looks amazing.
It looks so pretty, doesn't it? Looks so pretty, like
And
intentionally
it's one of those
polygonal.
games which proves you don't need 4K and all of the graphical power in the world and lifelike, realistic, flesh and bones and
Yeah, I mean, there's a reason Wind Waker was well on
Wind
release.
Waker is timeless.
It was a bit like controversial for some reason, but yeah, it's timeless. It looks
Yeah,
great to this day.
yeah. Even without the HD remaster.
Mm-hmm. But then the HD remaster looks incredible as well.
That lighting engine.
So next up, we've got a game that I know that you were so hyped for.
I did not know this was happening. So many, 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 many years ago, I played a game called Stalker. There were two sort of side releases to Stalker, Clear Sky and Escape from Pripyat, I believe. Call of Pripyat,
But Shadow of
based
Chernobyl was
in
the main
the
one.
post apocalypse Chernobyl wastelands. It was probably one of the best atmospheric games that I've ever played. The core gunplay mechanics were so fine tuned, and yeah, it was just spectacular. Even if it did require, like at the time, the highest spec graphics cards and RAM to even play at a minimal level. It's just one of those games that stuck with me. And then Stalker 2 was announced and then was cancelled because GSC went underground, they went bankrupt. So I didn't expect to ever see Stalker 2 because most of the devs moved on to the Metro series, which is a similar sort of style of game.
Mhm.
And then this all of a sudden turns up. And yeah, and I watched it and I was like, this looks very stalkery. And then it showed a long shot of a sort of like the opening section of the first Stalker game, and I was just sort of like, oh no, this isn't very stalkery. This is Stalker.
You were messaging me being like, "Is this what I think it is?" And I've never played Stalker, so I was like, "I don't know, Dan. What do you think it is?" Because I don't have a clue.
Yeah, because there was only one thing it could have been once I'd seen that shot.
Mm-hmm.
Either that or, somebody was going to get sued. But yeah, I was just blown away by it. It was one of those times where I just... Sorry.
It's funny you say that the first. Oh, hey, Gadget. It's funny you talk about how atmospheric the first game was because the trailer, it like it bleeds atmosphere. It looks like it's carrying on in that same spirit. And I know exactly what you mean when you say like the devs went on to do Metro, which is kind of a similar vibe, but not. But there's something about carrying on an IP, isn't there?
Oh yeah,
that you love and that you're familiar with, even if there's a spiritual successor.
Well, technically, Metro isn't a spiritual successor because it's based on a book series.
Yeah.
It's just a similar sort of post-apocalypse.
But what I mean is, even if it sort of fills the hole in your heart, it doesn't as much as something actually called Stalker 2, does it?
Oh yeah, it doesn't have that whole everybody's out for themselves. You can't trust anybody vibe.
Yeah.
I'm so looking forward to that game. Even if it doesn't release for another, well, Stalker itself was delayed for 5 or 6 years. 2030.
2030, yeah.
2030, full VR. Why not?
Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
Next up is a game that, for me, so I think it's fair to say Stalker 2 stole the Xbox Games Showcase for you. This one stole it.
And you were really surprised that I didn't put this one on my list.
Yeah,
Which
true.
I'm surprised I didn't put it on my list, but looking on my list, I don't know what I'd have replaced.
This one is well, I said to you, I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait to see if you put this one on your list. If not, I'm putting it on there, and I didn't tell you what it was.
I think this is probably a solid 5.
The medium.
Yeah.
It absolutely stole the Xbox Games Showcase earlier this year for me. I've made no secret that I was very, very underwhelmed by that conference, but the medium just looks absolutely incredible. The fact that it's sort of rendering two worlds at once. I don't know whether you'll be controlling both worlds at once, whether the screen will actually split. Given that you've just told me that it's the Layers of Fear devs, then I can see them pulling some crazy shit like that.
Oh yeah.
But the world just looks so horrifying and mysterious. The fact that we've just got to that incredible shot in the trailer where she
the screen wipe
and the screen completely wipes, yeah. Oh, and then it goes half and half. Fantastic.
Yeah, you see, I'm not sure whether it's going to go down the route of you can control this, or whether it's going to go down the route of is it This Way Out, the EA co-op,
A Way Out,
prison break, A Way Out, where it is just going to be, that is going to be what it is, where it is multiple screens.
It's so weird though, because it looks single player, and the things are happening at exactly the same time. Like the girl's looking at a hand, and on the left,
it'll be a single player title. I'm not expect. What I mean is, whether or not you have control of the screen transitions, or whether
Right.
the screen
Okay.
transitions are going to be built into the narrative.
Yeah.
Because like a Way Out, you can see the left side and the right side, or top and bottom, depending on how the screen focuses.
Mm-hmm.
Is that going to be how it is? So you can see both at the same time, or is it going to be a case of something is happening in one of these worlds, and you need to manually switch between them to make sure that A, you don't get killed by this fucker over here, B, you don't fall into that pit over there that doesn't exist in this world.
Yeah, I wonder. I really wonder. But I do know that it looks great.
Yeah, and with the studio being who they are, I now have more hope for this title than I did when I first saw it, because I thought, okay, yeah, it could be good if the studio can get it done.
Mm-hmm.
But they got it done with Layers of Fear and Observer, both of which are fantastic, atmospheric, pseudo horror titles. Well,
Mm-hmm.
pseudo horror. Layers of Fear is.
It's definitely a horror. Yeah.
Yeah, Observer is sort of.
I'm looking forward to how it all sort of how the narrative plays out. Anyway, I think it's gonna be a good one.
Mm.
All signs are pointing in the right direction for me. So yeah, we'll
Indeed,
see.
which is always a good thing.
We've got the last one on the list, which
Yeah.
again, similar to how I'm surprised this one, the Medium, wasn't on your list. I'm surprised Stray wasn't on my list.
Yeah. So this was the second title of the PlayStation reveal event. Technically, it was third, but nobody cares about Grand Theft Auto anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah. So not only is this on my list, this has also prompted me to suggest there's a Netflix series called Love, Death, and Robots,
Mm-hmm.
which I've suggested to Sam before we started recording, and I'm suggesting to everybody else now. Because the trailer for this game reminds me very much of one of the episodes of that series, and that series is fantastic. But be warned, it's not for the faint-hearted.
It's 18 rated for a reason.
Yeah. Some of them are funny, some of them are not. Some of them are really not. Some of them are.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so this is a world that's moved on, where robots are all that is left, and cats. And from what I can tell, you play as the cat, which is all I needed to know.
The cat with a little backpack
Forget the fact that the universe looks like it's been well built. Forget the in jokes that are all over the trailer, and the subtle nods that are all over the trailer, and the fact that the robots are all, excellent personalities and whatnot, and the fact that the cat wears a backpack. You get to play as a cat with a backpack. Allegedly.
I think we're both all in on this one.
Yeah, we've seen no gameplay, but post-apocalypse cyberpunk cat game. Yeah,
I do really wonder how it's gonna play. Like, is it gonna be I imagine it'll be like a kind of stealth game, almost in the vein of Little Nightmares. You know how you're smaller than everything else in the world.
Yeah,
something like that. Are you drinking beer while we're recording, Dan?
No.
My goodness.
Oh, that was mayonnaise.
No, Patrick, mayonnaise is not an instrument.
But yeah, Stray looks. I can't wait to see more.
Yeah, I can't wait to see more.
What I want it to be, I want it to be a cat delivery game. in this post-apocalyptic cyberpunk universe that they've created just for,
Hold on.
It's so detailed and everything,
Hold
and
on.
you're just a cat that delivers things.
Are you saying what I think you're saying? Hideo Kojima presents Cat Stranding.
Yeah, but you don't have to worry about falling over because you're a cat and you've got perfect balance.
Yeah, that's true. You always land on your feet.
But the story could be told just by what you're experiencing, and
That's it. Is it going to be like a silent
Oh no,
sort
no,
of?
no! There'll be stuff going on, but the cat's just going to be going around, and you're going to be occasionally you'll get cat scratches, and if there isn't a dedicated meow button, I will be disappointed.
like
What are you
the
doing? I am meowing at it. Why? Okay. If there isn't a quest that requires me to lie in the sunlight for 15 hours, I will be disappointed.
the meow button reminds me of Duck Game and their quack button that you can pitch with the triggers.
Yeah, yeah.
and that one level with the instruments that you can play with the trigger pitch with the triggers as well, and that everyone just goes and messes about with the instruments for a while until that one fucker grabs the flamethrower.
Meow.
And that's it for our favourite announcements.
If I can't fish in that game, I will be disappointed. I want a fishing achievement from that game that I can put on my Steam profile.
Yeah, you want all the fishing achievements.
I do. I haven't had a game recently that I've got a fishing achievement for yet. I will find one.
You will. You shall.
I will.
That's it for our favourite reveals from the year so far.
It is, yeah. I mean, that's it's pretty good. The best of E3 2020 is according to Video Games and Chill.
I think that was a nice little light-hearted topic.
It was, yeah. That's much better than me sitting there screaming "Don't be a dick" for an hour and stop abusing the people that are buying your games.
Well, that's the thing. I think in the industry now, there's a lot of shit going on. A lot of shit that I don't necessarily feel right talking about. I feel like I have the necessary knowledge to.
Oh yeah, there are definitely things going on in the industry where if somebody were to ask my opinion, my response would be, I don't have enough information to qualify an opinion on this.
But
but knowing that is a good thing.
But I just thought this week, let's get some positivity out there.
Yeah. Let's have Daniel threatening game studios about their lack of fishing achievements.
So what have you got going on this next week, Dan?
Back to work tomorrow. At some point, I'm probably going to start streaming again. I did a test stream last week for preparing for us doing Pokemon, which went rather well. Which I'm eventually going to break down and put into a VOD form. And then potentially continue that stream. But I'm probably not going to, seeing as I continued the game off stream and got very, very disappointed and died.
Gutted. But we're going to do a race. We're going to do a video games and chill. Race and chill.
We are. We're going to do the video games and Nuzlocke race.
Where we're not allowed the same Pokemon in our team.
Well, we're yet to finalise the rules. We'll write them down in a big old document.
We will.
But you're scared of doing a Nuzlocke proper.
I like the idea of not being allowed the same team during a Nuzlocke. I think it'll add a.
Well, I get the feeling that we're based on my experience with this and having seen it happen a number of times and watching a number of Nuzlocks, the chances of it being us getting the same team by the end is unlikely. Based purely on the fact that we are playing two different versions.
Yeah, true.
And encounter odds are different for both versions.
Yeah.
But we'll figure that out, and at some point we will probably stream that. I've created very basic overlays for them, which could be tweaked and nuanced and all that jazz.
They're looking good.
Yeah, I was happy with them, and as soon as I realised I could just create a website and put my face in that, I need to figure out how to do it for DS games, but that's at least one Nuzlocke down the road. So
we got time.
We got loads of time because we're not going to start this until Christmas. So
I too am back to work tomorrow. Then I've got a bit busy week at work. A few deadlines coming up and stuff. I'm hoping to carry on streaming Paper Mario. I'm ne-
Ah, Pepe and Machio.
I'm over halfway there. It's fun, still good, still enjoying it. But I'll probably just stream some things like Fall Guys and stuff like that as well if I do get a chance to stream. Yeah, that's me.
Awesome. Well, do you want to say goodbye?
Yeah,
Because you're hosting.
I certainly am. Yeah, that's been Video Games and Chill, episode 7. Thank you, Reggie, for sticking around, as always.
Indeed. You can go and shower now.
And we'll see you next time.
Indeed, I'm going to go cook steak. See you in episode 8.